Why did my surprise birthday party get me arrested? I spent 2 years in a relationship that nearly broke me. My ex Nadia was controlling, jealous, and obsessive about everything I did. When I finally ended things, she did not take it well and tried to make my life miserable. I blocked her number, but I never thought to block her on social media because I assumed she would eventually move on like a normal person. About 6 months later, I met Leah and everything changed. She was patient, kind, and made me feel safe for the first time in years. The first time I forgot to text her back, I braced myself for a fight, but she just smiled and said, "No worries, how was your day?" I had to look away so she would not see me tear up. We had been together 8 months, and I had a ring in my pocket waiting for the perfect moment. My 30th birthday was coming up, and Leah started acting suspicious by sneaking off to make phone calls and giving weird excuses, but I trusted her, so I let it go. On my birthday, she told me we were getting dinner at a friend's place, and when I walked through the front door, the lights flipped on, and 30 people screamed surprise. I just stood there completely frozen, because I had no idea this was happening. My mom ran up to me crying and squeezed me so hard I could barely breathe. My best friend kept saying, "Got you good, man." Leah grabbed my hand and looked up at me with this huge smile on her face. I looked around the room at all these people who showed up just for me, and my throat got tight because I realized how loved I actually was. I touched the ring in my pocket and thought tonight was finally going to be the night. Then someone pounded on the front door with 3 loud bangs, and the entire room went silent. 2 police officers pushed their way inside and said they received a call about a domestic disturbance and a woman being held against her will. I felt all the air leave my body. One officer stepped toward Leah and asked if she was here by choice and if she needed help getting away from me. Leah looked terrified, and her voice cracked when she said, "This is my boyfriend's birthday party. I planned it myself. Nothing is wrong." The officer shook his head and said the caller described exactly what Leah was wearing and claimed she received a secret text begging for help. I sat alone in the kitchen answering questions while my mom cried somewhere in the house. They asked if I had ever put my hands on Leah. They asked if she had ever tried to leave me. I felt like I was going to pass out because all I could think about was Leah in the other room, wondering if she even knew me at all. An hour passed and guests started leaving without saying goodbye. My birthday cake sat on the table with the candles still unlit. I had spent 2 years being made to feel like a monster by Nadia, and I finally escaped and healed. Now I was being treated like an abuser in front of everyone I loved while my whole life fell apart around me. Then one of the officers came back inside and said something that made everything stop. He said they found a woman parked down the street who had been sitting in her car watching the house the entire time. The officer asks if I know anyone named Nadia, and I feel my hands start shaking. I say yes, and he tells me to come outside. I walk out the front door, and I see her immediately. Nadia is standing next to a police car in handcuffs, and the second she sees me, she completely loses it. "You did this to me," she screams so loud the whole street can hear. "You were supposed to be miserable without me." She is thrashing around trying to break free, and the officers are struggling to hold her back. "I saw everything through the window. I watched you holding her hand. I watched you smiling like I never even existed." Her voice cracks, and she is sobbing now with mascara running down her face. "If I can't have you, then no one can. No one." She looks completely unhinged, like something inside her finally snapped after all this time. One of the officers turns to me and asks if I want to press charges for filing a false report. I say yes without hesitating. Nadia's eyes go wide and she starts screaming again. "You'll regret this. I will never stop. Do you hear me? Never." The officers shove her into the back of the car and slam the door. I stand there and watch them drive away until the lights disappear. Nadia screamed she would never stop. The judge gave her 2 years probation. I proposed to Leah that same night in the empty living room and she said yes.